Alright YouTube, welcome back to another one. Today's video we're going to be assembling the long block. Enjoy. So the only parts I salvaged from the 66 that I'm using are the crank, which I feel is in really good shape. The oil pickup, and these bags of parts. So I got the oil pump stuff, chain adjuster stuff, chain brake, clutch and clutch drum. I got a couple rim sprockets here. This one that was on the saw is a 325 9-pin. I won't be using that. None of my chains are 325. I run all 3/8 stuff. I try and keep it all uniform between the saws so I can just swap bars and swap chains. And yeah, I needed to go to the city for a few parts. I needed a wrist pin bearing, and I needed a clutch drum bearing. So I have those, and I'm ready to install put on the top end. I'm not sure. I got 2 gaskets in the kit. Maybe I'll show those. So the kit comes with 2 base gaskets. One, you can see the inside. There you go. It's got these little square sides, and the other one has the big squared sides. I can't find any information, but the case has big square sides. Yeah, the holes don't really line up on this one. So, plus there's a bunch of material there that's... Anyway, so this is like a metal base gasket, I believe. It's quite springy. This one fits the base better. Doesn't necessarily fit the cylinder better. Doesn't exactly fit the cylinder better. Right? Because it kind of blocks the transfers a little bit. But it fits the base better. The holes line up, etc. So I think it is what it is, really. There's nothing else really I can do there. The other ones the holes don't quite line up. So, in the videos I did watch, they did say that the raised part needs to be up. Get some oil on here. So we're going to lubricate this bearing. We'll work it in. Okay, and we're gonna give the bearings a shot on both sides. We'll just make sure everything has some lubrication so that we're not firing up dry. Okay? So then our journal has some lubrication for my glove there. I can see that. That's lubricated. This big part is the front of the saw. So I got a clip. So this has been modified by Donnie Walker. He got in there and ported the windows a bit. And the clip is in one side. Isn't that nice? Okay. Stihl wrist pin. See how narrow that is? Reduced weight. There it is. Okay. We pushed it all the way in. Now there is a special tool because Stihl clips don't have a wing; they're just a circle. Shed some light on the situation. Clip is in. Now I'd say I'd give it a spin, but there's nothing to grab it with, so it's in there. Arrow to the front of the saw. Did you get that right? Got something right. Oh, and something, I installed these earlier, but I got this one backwards. This little prong needs to be facing inside. Now we are going to lube up the cylinder. Lots of lube, lots of two-stroke oil. Two-stroke oil's got a lower flash point. Don't use motor oil, it won't burn. Well, it will eventually, but then it'll coke. And we don't want coking. So, this thing's gonna fire up, it's gonna blow blue. Okay, Stihl cast iron rings. Now there is a trick to this I saw the other day. And it went something like this. Perfect. We'll go find the pin. There we go. Okay. Oil up these cast iron rings in a few spots. All right. I'll rotate the piston around so I got more piston inside the cylinder. Okay, there we go. Should have done that in the first place. Okay, I just didn't want to work with a wobbly piston. So put this in, grab it, clip, rings, grease gasket. So lots of long block. I'm going to run this around. Make sure I don't catch a ring. Everything sounds nice. Now I could go and get my numbers right now, but I might do it later when I take this thing back apart later this winter. Quite happy with that. It's looking pretty new. These buffers, these mount buffers are Chinese. They'll do the same thing, man. I mean, their mold's this mold's not perfect. The hole's not even punched out. You know. But whatever. They were pretty cheap. Came with hardware too. With this. So that's. So now I'd like to do clutch side. So I'm going to start with the oil pump. Okay, first is a tall rubber O-ring. And it goes here. That's the oil pump output seal. Or, yeah. I don't know what you call it, but that's what I call it. This guy goes in the end. Alright. It's all cleaned up. Maybe I'll give a little bit of two-stroke oil. It's not the right stuff, but it's a lubricant. There we are. Right? It is a lot simpler than the Husqvarna setup. You know, it's without the tube. That's directly ported through here. Okay, now next is our gear. It's technically a worm gear. It's literally just a brass bushing. So we're gonna use some 2-stroke oil. I bought a manual and it's a 66 manual. So I could refer to that, I guess. So this is gonna go down like that. I'm gonna switch to the chain adjuster. This goes in here like so. This plastic end piece goes over top. It snaps down. And if I remember correctly, it's a little tiny thing. Slotted. Okay, so that's gonna go on here. Some blue blocker. I feel as though we should have 2 clips, but I only have 1. New brake handle / handguard. Depends on what you want to call it. Hey guys, so it sits in with the numbers out. Laces out. Like so. Okay guys, this is how I have it assembled. I still need this clip. Okay, but the brake band goes in here. And that open end. Okay. Pin in that end. And the spring hooks on here and goes over your brake handle. Now let's see if we can achieve that. Alright, let's try that again. I might have troubles here because I'm missing one of these circlips. I don't have any spares. I only have what came off of that other saw. So the problem being is that this is on the other side, we're not attached to anything. So when I lay it on that side, it pushes it all off the post. Okay, so that's together. Can't flip it on the other side, otherwise it'll all come flying apart. Now, basically the part I'm at here is clutch and okay, so that's the Stihl brake cover that I have blacked out. It looks really nice on there. That's what you'll see from the top. Besides the clutch and drum, it's assembled. Okay guys, big reveal. So here's the dyed poly flywheel. Now this inside piece is magnesium, and magnesium reacts with the dye and actually gets dyed black. You see that on the on the handles. When I tried to dye the grips, I saw the exact same thing. So that's that. So the poly dyed up. It took a little while. It took a little bit longer than, say, a cylinder cover or whatever, but it did it. And of course, like, after you dye it, everything starts to rust. Anything that's steel starts to rust. So I cleaned up everything with emery, and then used some 1234 to keep it from corroding. So this is gonna go on. Now I'm sure this has a torque spec, but that's probably tight enough, believe it or not. So yeah, I got the nut blacked out. I got the poly flywheel dyed, new Stihl fuel cap. Buffers are on, mounts are on, I guess. Handle, it just comes black, no big deal. That's it, it's starting to come together, it's starting to take shape. So this goes underneath this little guy. Okay, we're gonna angle it up so that we can get to it with a screwdriver. Okay. It's pretty tight out. Looks like I'm gonna start deforming the band there in a second, so. Okay, not tight because I have to set the air cap. So we're going to rotate this around till our magnets line up. And we're just going to loosen off the bolterinos. There it is. Okay. Let's push this in so they both have the same gap. Tighten them down. Okay. Coil fits in there like so. Okay. Looks pretty good. Don't forget to pull your feeler. There we go. Okay, that's enough for me. Okay. Now, we have to find our oil pump. It is right around here somewhere. We have to line it up with our slot. Okay. Okay, so our new bearing, we're gonna get some grease on it so it has some lubrication. Now, a couple guys I talked to say to lubricate this like on your annual service. You don't need to pack it, but it needs a a nice amount of grease. So, okay, that's that. Bearing in. We're going to use our power mate 3/8 pitch 7-pin. It's going to go on there like that. Now Madsen suggests an 8-pin for this. Self-aligning sprocket. Pistons. Sounds good. Doesn't sound like a ring. It's going snap, snap, snap. NGK BPMR 6A. 6 is a hotter plug than a 7. And when you're, when things ported up, running a bit hot. Okay, brush washers are crushed. It's not yet ported. I haven't cut this out. I'm gonna leave it that way for a while. Because I think I'm gonna swap this out with something different. So. Now I'm probably gonna get some hate mail when people start watching these videos that I have a ported saw and I didn't port the exhaust. Well, this piece is gonna change. This is just a Chinese piece. It's what I could figure out. Yeah, I'm not quite happy. I'm not happy with it because you can't put an arrestor spring on the inside here, or an arrestor spring, an arrestor screen. So I don't really want to be using it too much. You know what I mean? So I will be switching to something different. That's the point I'm getting to, is that I'll be going to something different. Bark box, muffler gasket, bark box. That's that, guys. All right, there you have it, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and I'll let you know when I upload. Usually Wednesdays and Fridays, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That might change in the future, I'm not too sure. Eastern Seaboard, guys, it's a little bit late. It looks like 8 p.m. so might have to do it earlier in the day, 3 p.m. or something. Just a thought. Anyway, well, we might try that out here in the coming weeks, see what happens. I got lots of videos on the queue here. So, you know, keep tuning in. Help out my view hours, and you know, if you're watching the videos and not subscribing, I'm talking to you. Hit that subscribe button, guys.